Good morning, student. Today we will study the new topic ionic equilibria from chemistry 12th standard. What is meant by the ionic equilibria? Ionic equilibria is the equilibrium in which the ions and unionized molecules which are present in a solution. The equilibrium between the ions and unionized molecules in the solution is called as ionic equilibrium. Now we will see what is meant by the electrolyte. What is meant by the electrolyte? Electrolyte are those substances which dissociates in water is called as electrolyte. The substance which dissociates or ionizes in water is called as electrolyte. Then see here types of electrolytes. Types of electrolyte. Types of electrolytes. First one weak electrolyte and second one strong electrolyte. Weak electrolytes are those which dissociates in small extent in water is called as weak electrolyte. Example, suppose acetic acid CH3COOH in aqueous media, that means in water, dissociate in small extent and it produces, that is acetate ions as well as H plus ions. H plus ions. So what is meant by the weak electrolytes? Weak electrolytes are those substances which dissociate in small extent in water, that is called as weak electrolyte. There are two types, that is weak acid and weak base. Weak acid and weak base. For example, acetic acid which dissociates incomplete, it produces acetate ions as well as H plus ions. Next example, that is formic acid. Molecular formula HCOOH. After dissociation in water, it produces HCOO minus plus H plus. That is formate ions as well as here H plus ions. Suppose here you can see that hydrogen cyanide HCN. This is also weak acid and in aqueous media in water it dissociates in small extent and produces H plus as well as cyanide ions Cn minus in aqueous. So these are the examples of the weak acid. Once again see here, what are the weak acid? Which dissociates in small extent in a aqueous media, that is in water, and produces H plus ions. So it is called as weak acid. Second example of weak base. Weak base, that means here those substance which dissociates less extent and produces less amount of OH minus ions in aqueous solution, that is called as weak base. For example, suppose here ammonium hydroxide NH4OH. In water, aqueous media, it produces here less extent of hydroxyl ions, OH minus ions. So it is called as weak base. Suppose you are considering CuOH twice. After dissociation, it produces Cu plus 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 here twice OH minus. Here dissociation is also in less extent. So these are considered as a weak base. These are considered as a weak base. Once again see, weak electrolytes are those substances which dissociate in less extent in aqueous media such as in water, and these substances are called as weak electrolytes. Weak electrolytes mainly considered as a weak acid and weak base. It may be salt of weak acid and weak base. Here weak acid, suppose example here acetic acid CH3COOH after dissociation it produces less extent of CH3CO minus acetate ions and H plus ions. Next one, weak base. Weak base are those substances which produces less after dissociation less extent of hydroxyl ions. Example here, ammonium hydroxide, after dissociation it produces NH4 plus OH minus. Here dissociation occurs in less extent, that is production of the OH minus ions in less amount or extent, so it is called as weak base. Next example, CuOH twice. After dissociation it produces Cu++ plus twice OH minus, that is aqueous, so it is called as weak base. Next type, that is strong electrolyte. These strong electrolytes are also three types. Here you can say that strong acid, strong base, and third type salt of strong acid and strong base. Example, suppose you are considering HCl, hydrochloric acid. In water, here dissociation complete takes place and it produces large extent of H plus ions in aqueous media. A large extent of H plus ions. Here complete dissociation takes place, so it is denoted by the single arrow. Suppose next example, HNO3, nitric acid. In water, here dissociation takes place completely and it produces large extent of H plus ions, so it is called as strong acid. Again see here, strong electrolytes are those substances which dissociates completely and it produces large extent of H plus ions are called as strong electrolyte. Here two types are mainly considered here, strong acid and strong base. In strong acid, suppose you are considering hydrochloric acid, HCl. After dissociation, it produces large extent of H plus ions as well as Cl minus ions. Here complete dissociation takes place. Second one, HNO3, nitric acid. After dissociation, it produces H plus aqueous plus NO3 minus. So you can say there, here these are the strong acids. Again see a strong base. Suppose you are considering sodium hydroxide, NaOH. In water, here complete dissociation takes place and it produces large extent of hydroxyl ions. Large extent of hydroxyl ions. Here complete dissociation takes place in water or aqueous media, so NaOH is considered as a strong base. NaOH is considered as a strong base. Next one, degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation mainly denoted by the alpha. Degree of dissociation. The symbol for here alpha. Then how you can define the degree of dissociation? The degree of dissociation of an electrolyte here is defined as the fraction of total number of moles of electrolytes. Total number of moles of electrolytes that dissociates into ions when equilibrium is attained. Degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation is represented by symbol alpha. Degree of dissociation is defined as a fraction of total number of moles dissociated into its ions when equilibrium is attained. The degree of dissociation alpha is defined as it is a fraction of total number of moles dissociated into its ions when equilibrium is attained. So alpha is equal to number of moles dissociated, number of moles dissociated to the total number of moles to the total number of moles. Again here alpha is equal to number of moles dissociated divided by total number of moles which are present at a equilibrium. Again here mostly alpha into 100, that is called as percent dissociation. Percent dissociation, which is equal to 100 into alpha. Once again see, degree of dissociation alpha, it is the fraction of total number of moles dissociated. It is a fraction of total number of moles dissociated into its ions when equilibrium is attained. So alpha is equal to number of moles dissociated divided by total number of moles present at equilibrium. Then for the calculation here, percent dissociation is equal to 100 into alpha. 100 into alpha. Let us see what is meant by the acids and bases. Acids are, you know that acid has though substance has a sour ambut taste, that are mainly considered as a acid, and base are those substance which has bitter taste, kadvat, bitter taste. Then acids are those substance in which blue litmus turns red, and base are those substance where red litmus turns blue. Acid neutralizes bases and bases neutralize acid. These are the common concept of acids and bases. Now we will see different concept of acids and bases. That is, first one, Arrhenius concept. Arrhenius concept for acid and base. Arrhenius concept for acid and base. Arrhenius concept for acid and base. Again see here, acids are those substance which produces H plus ions in aqueous medium. According to the Arrhenius, acids are those substance which produces H plus ions in aqueous medium. Example, HCl in aqueous medium, it produces H plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. That means those substance which produces H plus ions in aqueous media or in water, that are called as acid. Suppose you are considering sulfuric acid, H2SO4. This is also strong acid. In aqueous media, it produces twice H plus SO4 minus. Twice H plus SO4 minus. These are called as acids. According to the Arrhenius, acids are those substance which produces H plus ions in aqueous medium, are called as acids. Then according to the Arrhenius, base are those substance which produces OH minus ions in aqueous medium. Suppose you are considering NaOH, sodium hydroxide. In aqueous media, it produces here Na plus OH minus. Na plus OH minus, that are called as base. NaOH, sodium hydroxide, after dissociation or ionization in water, it produces hydroxyl ions. So these are considered as a base. Suppose you are considering the ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. It is a weak base. In aqueous media, mainly it produces here NH4 plus ions in aqueous as well as hydroxyl ions in aqueous media. So According to the Arrhenius, base are those substance which produces here hydroxyl ions in aqueous media, that is called as base, Arrhenius base. Once again see here Arrhenius concept for acid and base. Here Arrhenius acid are considered those substance which produces CH plus ions in aqueous media. Example HCl, after dissociation it produces H plus as well as Cl minus ions. Sulfuric acid H2SO4, after dissociation it produces twice H plus SO4 minus. Next we will consider the base. According to the Arrhenius, sodium hydroxide, after ionization or dissociation it produces Na plus OH minus. Here you will see here it produces hydroxyl ions in aqueous media, so sodium hydroxide is considered as a base. Here sodium hydroxide is a strong base. Suppose you are considering ammonium hydroxide NH4OH, it is a weak base. After dissociation it produces NH4 plus aqueous plus OH minus aqueous, and here OH minus aqueous hydroxyl ions are produced in aqueous media, so it is considered as a base. These are the concept for the Arrhenius for the acid and base. Then next concept, that is Lowry-Bronsted concept for acid and base. Lowry-Bronsted concept. According to the or it is also called as Bronsted-Lowry acid-base concept. Acid-base concept. Bronsted and Lowry are two different scientists. They considered as acids are nothing but the proton donor. Acids are those substance which donates proton. So acids are those substance which donates the proton or H plus ions in aqueous media, then it is considered as a acid. And according to the Bronsted-Lowry concept, base are those substance which here accept the H plus ions, so it is considered as a proton acceptor. It is considered as a proton acceptor. Once again see here, according to the Bronsted-Lowry concept, here acids are those substance which donates H plus ions to the other substance, so it is considered as a proton donor. And base are those substance which accept the H plus ions, so it is considered as a proton acceptor. So it is considered as a proton acceptor. Suppose you are considering the HCl and second one is ammonia, NH3. See, HCl is a strong acid and ammonia is a strong base. In this case, from HCl, H plus ions donated to the ammonia and it produces ammonium ions. So here HCl is a proton donor, so it is considered as a acid. Again NH3, in this case NH3 accept the H plus ion, proton acceptor, so it is considered as a base and it produces here Cl minus. Again see here, what happens? When HCl react with ammonia, in this case HCl donate the proton to the ammonia, it forms the NH4 plus ions and here Cl minus ion. So according to the Bronsted-Lowry concept, acids are proton donor and base are the proton acceptor. Again, suppose you are considering here HCl react with OH minus ions. Here you can say that here the proton is donated to the OH minus ions and here it forms the water molecule and here Cl minus ions are produced. Here HCl donate proton, so it acts as an acid and OH minus ions accept the proton, so it acts as a conjugate acid base pair concept. According to the Brownstein-Lowry concept here, HCl when react with water, it produces here Cl minus plus H3O plus, Cl minus plus H3O plus. In this case here, HCl donate the H plus ions to the water molecule, so it acts as a acid, considered as a acid first. After donating the H plus ions to the water molecule, it forms the Cl minus, so it acts as a base first. Again here, water molecule accept the H plus ions from HCl, so it acts as a here base second. And at the same time here, by accepting the H plus ions, it produces hydronium ion H3O and it acts as a acid second. Here the HCl and Cl minus are called as conjugate acid base pair, conjugate acid base pair. And in here the water and hydronium ion is also called as conjugate acid base pair. You can give number as a 1 and here 2. Once again see here, what is meant by the conjugate acid base pair? Here a pair of an acid and base differing a proton. A pair of acid and base differ by a proton is called as conjugate acid base pair. A pair of acid and base differ by a proton. Here acid acts as a proton donor, base acts as a proton acceptor. In this example, HCl donate the proton, so it acts as acid. Water accept the proton, so it acts as a base. And corresponding acid base are called as conjugate acid base pair. Then amphoteric nature of water. What is meant by the amphoteric nature? It acts as a dual nature. It acts as a dual nature. In this case, water acts as a weak acid as well as weak base. It acts as a water acts as a weak acid as well as weak base. That is called as amphoteric nature or dual nature. Suppose you are considering HCl when react with water. HCl when react with water. In this case, HCl donates the proton to the water and it forms the H3O plus as well as it formation of Cl minus. Cl minus. Again here, HCl when react with water, it produces the hydronium ion H3O plus as well as Cl minus ion. Cl minus ion. Then see here, when water react with HCl, it acts as a weak acid. It acts as a weak base. It acts as a weak base. Suppose you are considering ammonia. Ammonia is a strong base. When react with water, then what happens here? Water donates the H plus ions proton to the ammonia, so it acts as a weak acid. So it forms the ammonium ions as well as here OH minus ions. Again here, HCl is a strong acid. When water react with HCl strong acid, it acts as a weak base. And when water react with a strong base ammonia, it acts as a weak acid. So once again